Hello, apologies about that slight delay, but now, finally, at last, Isfjell's back! It wouldn't be Isfjell if we started smoothly. You wouldn't feel at home. Alright. So, sorry, I had to just mute myself because I'd forgotten I could hear myself. So smooth. So smooth.
like butter. I just want to say, as we were working in the back, I said, I am looking at everything, trying to make sure I've got all the names in the right place, all the cameras in the right place. We're going to try and go live without any issues this time.
Yeah, so we're smooth as butter that's been left in the freezer for a week. And, yes, we are back. The fireworks are going off to celebrate the return of Isfjell. And, God, they're loud. Last week, our heroes said goodbye, for now, to Eira, who has set sail with her brothers towards Chorus to deal with some pressing family business and try and get the Full Sails trading company back online. And meanwhile, the rest of our heroes, they found an old friend, or at least an old comrade in arms, in the city of Verandra. They found Uno, the blood hunter they'd encountered previously, and she for now seems to be joining them on their expedition out to the Fortress of the Cloud Giants at the very end of the world, where they have reliable information that they can find a fragment of the glass wand they've been seeking. Now, as our crew set sail, I forgot the one thing I had on my list to do, which was introduce the players. I should have done that first. Oh, so smooth. So yeah, I'm Tis. I'm the DM. I'm the person that ensures things run smoothly and go exactly as planned. Blame me.
I'm Bovasaur. I'll be playing Torvald, a hill dwarf Tempest cleric, former blacksmith of exceptional quality and brewmaster of questionable quality. Yeah.
I am Tam, and I play Adair Treeborn, the, formerly druid, but now very powerful wizard. So.
Actually, a wizard.
I'm Aldous, sorcerer. No, not sorcerer. What the heck? What's the word?
Warlock.
Warlock.
That one. Warlock. And very young and still trying to learn a bunch of stuff.
My name is Eira. Oh, hello.
No, I forgot.
I'm playing Uno, who is a new member of the party. Her background is from the notorious Diamond family, and she's a human blood hunter.
And yeah, so as I said, our heroes have set sail out on a nice little 2-day jaunt around the coast. And as I, of course, cannot infringe on copyrighted territory belonging to Tam, it will be a peaceful and beautiful journey. I'm allowed no pirates or any other sea monsters. He's stolen them all from me. But yes, as our crew set sail and as we prepare to pick up where we left off, let's roll our trailer. Real trailer this time. Before there was light, there was darkness. There was chaos. An endless war between the gods and their enemies. A war the gods could not win. Till a champion arose, wielding a weapon of otherworldly power. The war was won, the enemy banished, but the weapon was shattered, its fragments scattered across the new formed world. Now, thousands of years later, many seek the fragments of that long-lost weapon. Among them, our 5 brave heroes. The druid, troubled by dreams and his own temper. The blacksmith turned warrior in search of revenge. The raider, determined to protect her friends and her growing family. the traveller from a distant land, guardian of those down on their luck, and a girl willing to sell her soul for a taste of adventure. Their hunt will take them to distant and dangerous lands, far beyond the borders of Isfjell.
Like butter. Alright, so as you've climbed up on board the Harpy, which is it's a larger ship than the ones you're used to seeing in Isfjell. It's more of a galleon in design, and as you climb up on board, it's Eric, who is the sailor that Aldous met previously, sort of helps you, sort of walks you up, sort of points you. Right, you can sleep down there. Just try and stay out of Ilva's way. She's an unfriendly type at times. And he nods over to one of the other sailors, this sort of tall half-orc woman who's sort of busy helping cast off the ship. And you can see as Eric brings you on board, there's quite a few other crewmen and women working away. A couple of half-orcs. You can see there's a dwarf, a kenku, so this little crow-like, bird-like person hopping along across the deck, and even a young boy who's scurrying up and down the masts. There's also at the very back of the boat you can see a man in a very smart-looking blue jacket who seems to have an air of authority about him as he is directing people around, and by his side stands a woman who does not appear to be involved in the sailing of the ship. This woman in a red cloak with a large amount of curly brown hair, and those two standing up and out of the way. And as you come up on board, Eric calls up, "Captain, these are the other passengers. We've got 5 of them. This tall lass here says she knows how to sail, so I thought I'd give him a discount and she could give me a hand." He nods up to Chrysara. So, yeah, you have boarded the Harpy, and you watch as they sort of start to cast off from the docks of Varandra. This dark city fading into the distance behind you, soon obscured behind the thick sort of fog mist that seems to cling to the shores around it. And as you move away from the shore, the day seems brighter, the sky seems clearer. It's a sort of, there's a cold chill in the air, but it's just fresh sea wind and not the kind of icky feel of nearby necromancers. So, you're on board ship. What would you like to do?
Torvald's gonna walk over to Uno, who I don't see on the map yet. But he's gonna walk up.
I am right here.
She's there. She's there.
Oh, there she is. I didn't recognize the token. Well, it's pretty nice being away from the necromancers, isn't it? It's almost like you can feel it.
It's a reprieve, I suppose. Hope to go back there eventually, but for now it's in a good state. So, I suppose being on open, terrifying waters of unknown is a vacation. Sure.
Well, if you like sailing, it's a little bit more than that. But have you done much?
Not very familiar. No. While you guys were all doing your rituals and whatnot, back at the druid circle. I learned to swim briefly, and I don't really want to interact with swimming in water ever again. So here's hoping. Fingers crossed.
Well, the goal is to not be in the water. That's why we have the boat, so...
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's a good point. Good point. It will actually seem a little bit more relieved.
And you can let me know if you fall in. I got this handy hat that lets you breathe underwater, so you don't have to worry about drowning much.
Oh, breathing in the water sounds awful. Thank you though.
Well, it's better
Appreciate
than
it.
drowning, that's for sure.
I'd assume. Thank you. I think I'll get used to it at some point.
It takes a bit to get your sea legs under you, but once you do, you won't want to give it up for anything.
I'll think about that. Are there do pirates tend to be undead?
I certainly hope not.
Oh, well, I may not be on the sea often, but it'd be convenient to be able to travel that way. I've always just kind of walked, to be honest.
Well, we've been a bit spoiled with our flying ship, so it's been a while since we've set sail proper.
Yes, well, the flying ship is also just as terrifying, so really happy to be with you guys.
Well, having fallen off of it, I can agree with that at least. But once we figured it out, it wasn't so bad. Kind of miss it, to be honest.
Well, I'm sure we'll find it soon.
I hope so. And we were so close to that treasure. It's eating me up inside. We missed out on it.
The treasure that you were close to?
Aye. We were in this crypt and we're one room away from the treasure. And Aldous here decided she'd like to try to sew up a portal to the nether.
Oh.
Well, the rest is history.
Is that how you ended up in the City of the Dead?
Aye. First we actually went to the underworld and made it out.
That's pretty cool, actually. How was it?
Well, we had to fight a dragon and some other things, and
the dragon?
Well, a gold dragon, and there was another dragon. We just decided probably not the best time to fight.
Yeah, I think I know of the one you're talking about. It's not. I'm glad. You would have died.
Well, I'm glad that we made the wise decision then.
I agree.
Any particular reason this dragon's so terrifying?
Well, the undead in general can be a very terrifying, powerful force. And when you put it on a dragon, not very good, not very fun. I haven't heard too much about it, but I am familiar. I've talked to some undead about it before.
Well, you'll have to let us know when we're ready, because it's got something we need.
Oh, I'll do what I can to prep you all.
Would be greatly appreciated. I'm gonna go try to make up some brew. Would you like some?
Oh, actually, yes, very much so. If I vomit, you can't hold anything against me, though.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time. I won't take offense to it.
Perfect.
If it's not any good, we can always call Aldous over. She can help me out.
Sounds good. I'll be here, holding on to the side of the boat, very forcefully. Thank you.
The trick is to look at where you're going. So make sure you look forward.
She will train her eyes forward, then.
Good luck to you.
And Torvald will head to a spot. You said it. I don't know if there's like a below deck or anything like that, or.
There is. Yeah, you've been pointed down below deck somewhere where essentially they've hung some hammocks, and they said, and Eric, who was sort of giving you your tour, goes, "Well, you can stick your hammock up there, and the young ladies can bunk with Ilva if that's all right."
That should be fine.
We have a passenger cabin, but we took on a passenger before you lot, and she got the cabin. She's paying more than you, so.
Well, I'd rather save the money, to be honest. This'll do fine.
Oh, that's good. So, sorry. Eric, by the way.
Eric, of course. Eric Davidson?
How did you know?
Well, lucky guessing.
Yeah.
Seem to meet a lot of Erics and Davids and sons of them, so figured you might be.
Yeah, well, good for you. I've heard more Erics in the world. It's a great thing. Well, if you need any help
Better
finding
than
things
being-
around on the boat.
It's better than being Dave, that's for sure. They tend to not end too well.
Aye. He sort of shakes his head sadly.
Well, I better get to it.
Yes. Mind if Ilva asks if you can borrow your companion a bit longer. She's apparently quite good at, being strong, and we need someone to move some of the stuff down in the hold.
Are you talking about Cressara?
Yes.
Well, I'm certainly not her keeper, but careful what you wish for.
Right, well. I didn't know who was in charge of your little expeditionary force or whatever you are.
Well, it's more of all of us together. But
Right, well.
no one can really tell Cressara what to do. She's pretty stubborn.
I'll go warn Ilva to go gentle on any orders.
Aye. That'd be wise.
Yes.
And Torvald will start taking the stuff out of his bag.
Alright. So, well, Torvald's below decks unpacking. See now, as the shore has sort of faded into the fog in the distance behind, there's less. There's still tasks the crew are doing, but there's seem to be less of them doing. You notice a couple of them sort of hanging about by the rail, sort of peering over, kind of stuff. Uno, Adair, Eldis, anything you're up to? Or you just enjoying a nice, peaceful, harmless voyage?
Oh, no, I was just trying to survive. This is life or death.
Apparently, I'm up on a yard arm taking in the view.
Yeah, so
that's because that's because I turned the boat around.
Derek turned into a bird and flew up. He's a
I am totally okay climbing up in the rigging and keeping an eye on, the horizon or whatever, helping out with that.
Alright, you climb up the rigging, you find sat up there already is the ship's boy who you saw earlier. He looks quite surprised to see. Oh, we don't often get passengers up here.
Oh, well, I mean, we're passengers, but we've also agreed to help wherever we can, so if you want some help or even just some company up here.
Oh, sure. I'm Leaf.
I'm Aldous. Nice to meet
I was
you.
Nice to meet
expecting
you.
to be Davy Boy.
Erickson?
Yeah, Eric's my father.
One of these days we're going to run into an Eric bitch son because he's a son of a bitch, and I'm just waiting for that day because that's the bad guy.
No, I said in chat at our cast chat earlier. I said we're gonna find out one day that Eric is the name of the big bad, but we're not gonna know which Eric it is, and we'll have to go face all of the former Erics to find out.
Watch, it's actually
You
Dave.
discovered. Yeah, it's
The
actually
one that
Dave.
survived.
No, actually, no, they can't be Dave because they're all dead. So, but yeah,
Not all of them. One of them survived in the very beginning.
good point. Good point.
Anyway,
But Leaf goes, yeah. Oh, do you know Kraken chess?
Kraken chess?
It's like normal chess, but with more Krakens.
No, but you could teach me.
Because me and my friend, we scraped out a board up here, but then he left the ship, and no one else will play. They say it's a stupid game, so it's like normal chess. But every other turn, you get to add a crack into the board. I've not worked out the rest of the rules yet. It's a work in progress.
Let's try it. Maybe we can figure some things out.
Alright. He sort of leads you up to the crow's nest, and which there is one now, even though there's not one on the map. It's more of like a little tiny platform.
More of a sparrow's nest?
Yeah, sparrow's nest. This is an ever-evolving boat. I only have one boat map. And he sort of essentially will try and explain what is a very illogical game. The rules don't entirely seem to make sense. He also looks to be about 9 years old, perhaps younger.
That's okay. I will try to make it make sense. And if he tells me I'm wrong, I'll undo it and try again.
Okay, well, Eldest is up the mast, playing games. Torvald's doing some unpacking. Uno's trying not to die. Adair.
I am not paying attention to anything around me, just so I can see what's happening.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Let your mind unfocus, free yourself of the burdens, and be as perceptive as you can possibly be. It's actually just relaxing, unfocusing. The sea seems calm. There's a few waves, a few clouds off in the distance, but it seems a beautiful, peaceful, really quite lovely day. As you sail onwards.
We're all gonna die.
And you can hear sort of snatching voices from the crow's nest. You can hear a brief shout from down the hold of, "Careful with that box!" And the crew seems to be getting on their jobs. Actually, you've been sat there for a while when the captain sort of wanders over towards you. He goes, "Morning. I hear you or one of your companions is a bit of a weather witch, a sorcerer of some sort."
Oh, kind of. What is it you need to know?
No, I was just wondering if I could rely on you for favourable winds tomorrow.
Well, I'd be happy to check that, but I'm afraid our team leader, whenever we use our skills and for a service on a ship we've paid passage, we require some kind of remuneration for the effort. I'm happy to do it, but I think we may need some refund of our funds if I'm going to be a working member of the crew.
Well, as I said to the young, well, as Eric said to the young lady, I am happy to offer a refund on some of your, should we reach your destination, should you have proved yourself to be useful crew members. I think your friend Chrysara is already earning some of her keep back down in the hold, so.
Do any of the men working in the hold wear green outfits? Just out of curiosity.
Just Ilver and Harkin down in the hold at the moment.
You might want to keep an eye on them.
I think they
to change
wear
clothes.
They wear brown, I think. I mean, they are green, but that's not really something they can change.
That could be risky too. Just keep an eye on them. And I will put out my hand and cast Druidcraft.
Okay. So that tells you... That's essentially the weather forecast spell, isn't it?
Yes. Next 24
hours. So from that...
Does other stuff, but no, it's just a
yes.
Yeah, for this one,
that's all it does.
Everybody else can start a fire, so I haven't had to worry about that. We got Aldous, you need to burn a house down. Let her do it. And if you need smells, we've got Torvald.
Yeah. So you've learned for the rest of today, the weather seems calm and peaceful. You've got a clear night ahead, and then tomorrow, you see tomorrow morning, just the first glimpse of the start of a storm.
Captain, it looks good, except for tomorrow morning. It appears we may be heading into some weather at that point.
Well, thank you for the warning. I'll make sure the crew is well prepared. Give them some time off and time off today once we've got everything sorted. Thank you very much.
More than happy to help.
It's much appreciated. But would you let your companions know? Seeing as we've got a clear night tonight, I extend an invitation to dinner. My cabin's not that much to talk about, so it might be a bit crowded, but I like to invite any passengers on board for dinner. Just get to know who I've let on board my ship.
I will share that information.
Alright. And he gives you a nod and wanders back to sort of overseeing the ship as it heads off. Sort of is keeping within sight of the coast as it goes along. It's not heading out that far. As you sort of head round through this bay, the shore you can see sort of above the mist is quite rocky and mountainous, sort of getting steeper and rockier off in the distance, sort of off the, I want to say starboard, but I think I'm wrong. The right hand side of the ship. I'm looking at Tam to correct me. I'm hoping that he'd be up there on his nautical knowledge now.
I have no idea whatsoever. I know nothing about ships.
So, yeah, you sail on throughout the day. And unless anyone has any pressing tasks, trouble, or terrible mistakes they want to make, shall we skip ahead towards the evening?
Yeah, Torvald's just brewing. Took out his brewing supplies and is making some stuff for the party. Hopefully it's not terrible.
Okay. Oh, what did I make you roll for beer quality? Was it
Wisdom. Something with wisdom.
You can roll me a medicine check. I'm counting it as medicine today.
It's a remedy for your ails.
Oh,
He ends up
and
isopropyl alcohol.
I rolled this. I don't know if you can see that.
The
Nice,
one?
Nat one. Nat one.
yeah, you got some ale. You think it's gonna be good?
Okay.
You reckon you did a good job of it this time?
Torvald will fill up a cask and take it to the party that I assume he's been informed about.
Alright, yeah, the four of you plus Crostara, so the five of you, are being ushered into the captain's cabin, where he's got like a table set out with 7 places. And he motions you. Take a seat. Oh, you brought ale. Brilliant. Take a seat. It's always good when you get
I think it's my finest work.
Yes. Torvald, wasn't it?
Aye.
Yes. I don't think I've introduced myself yet, have I?
Not sure.
Captain Silvasny.
Torvald, nice to meet you.
Yes, I know your name. I just said I knew your name.
Aye, it's Torvald. Nice to meet you.
Right, well, Torvald.
Aye, that's my name, don't you know?
Please take a seat and welcome. Adair, ladies. I don't think we've been fully introduced yet.
I'm Aldous, and I will offer my hand out for a proper firm handshake.
A pleasure to meet you, Aldous. Grisara introduces herself, and I need to get not in the Grisara mindset, but the captain, you notice, is wearing blue. There's not a spot of green on him.
She still looks him up and down, sizing him as a captain, not as a conquest.
And where can I put my hammer?
Yeah, you can lean the hammers by the door. Like, that goes for everyone. Hammers, axes. We shouldn't need them at the dinner table. And by process of elimination, you must be Uno.
Correct. Nice to meet you, Captain. It is a pleasure to be on your ship.
The pleasure is all mine, I assure you, Now, our last guest, and he sort of looks up as the door opens and you see the brown-haired woman from before enters. Everyone may introduce Miss Davina Coldwater, my passenger here. I think you're heading up the same sort of direction, in fact. So it gives you a good chance to get to know each other. Anyway, I'll be back in a moment. I just need to see how the cook's getting along, and well, when I say the cook, I mean Gwyn, and he gets awful panicked when I have guests, so I need to make sure he's not set fire to the galley. Bear with me one moment. And the captain exits. Well, that was a rather chaotic introduction.
Miss Coldwater, was it?
Yes, Davina.
Davina. Oh, pleasure.
Pleasure's mine. Please forgive my dress. I didn't bring any fine clothes with me on this expedition, so I'm kind of down to one dress.
Aldous
it's
looks
starting to
down
look a bit mildewed.
Aldous looks down at her faded dress that she has worn since leaving Isfjell.
Yeah, Una will scrape like some dried blood off her shoulder.
I think you're fine.
I've not been used to sailing. I don't know what you're supposed to wear to have dinner with the captain. I'm glad to see it's not high court.
So, if it's not too nosy, what is the purpose of your expedition?
Oh, I'm going to visit the Cloud Giants.
Interesting. Relatives?
No, not at all. I'm looking for something. And so all the clues seem to point that the Cloud Giants may have what I'm looking for, or may know what I'm looking for is. It's a matter of some importance, quite a lot of importance actually. The fate of a nation depends on it.
What are you looking for?
You see, sort of look you over, sort of eyeing all five of you up.
And Aldous tries to look as innocent as she possibly can, naturally.
Look. It's gonna sound slightly ridiculous, but I'm looking for a magic wand. Yeah, I know. Wizard looking for a magic wand. It's hard, hardly original.
Well, there's all sorts of magic wands. What kind of magic wand? I mean, they had magic wands at the city we were just at.
No, have you heard a story about like a really old, powerful weapon. Supposedly, it's. You might have heard it. You're from up north, right?
Aye, we're from up north.
So there's an old northern story about like this like war that the gods had in the dawn of time, and how there's a champion with a wand that used to banish like the chaos away and, you know, restore the world to order. And there's some people who think that the weapon the champion used was real, and that fragments of it still exist across the world, and that they can be used to, in times of dire need, to help set right what is gone wrong. And it's the only thing I can think of. It's the only remedy I could think of to help. So I have nothing else to lose. So I thought I might as well go see if I can, I guess, beg cloud giants to hand me a magic wand. It's a plan in progress.
You know, I hear things of this, of let's use this great weapon to right everything that's wrong, but how do you anticipate to use this weapon to right the things that are wrong?
Oh, I want to use it to kill the giant monster that someone woke up.
That sounds reasonable.
That sounds like a good plan.
What's the giant monster?
If I might, yeah, so we might inquire about this giant monster.
Right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I should. Look at me. It's been an awful long time. Yeah. So I'm from Tilafen originally, and not long ago, well, a lot of things happened in Tilafen. It's a bit of a disaster spot. But essentially, somewhere out in the west, near the mountains, a massive monster clawed its way out of the ground, and has started like ravaging the country. And look, for everything that's happened, Tilafen is still my home, and I don't want to see it destroyed.
If I might inquire, about when did this creature claw its way out of the ground?
I've lost slight track of the days, but I think about a week ago. Maybe. It's been a very, very long week.
Aldous is gonna get up from wherever she had sat herself and look for some mugs, and she's gonna ask Torvald to crack open his cask.
He's gonna like swat at it, not looking, just like staring at everyone.
Yeah, sorry, I hope that wasn't bad news. None of you have family that way or anything. Like, I mean, apparently it's at least slow moving. But
slow moving monsters are can be good, but they can also be terrible. So
I've not seen it firsthand. I've only heard reports.
Did you decide to go looking for a remedy to this on your own, or were you asked?
On my own. I was fleeing the country at the time, and it's complicated.
It sounds reasonable if you're running from a monster.
No. I was fleeing the country before the monster. I must confess that part of my desire to find this wand is to sort of restore myself in the eyes of the Queen and of Tilafen, and earn my place back in my country. Have you been to Tilafen?
We passed through a while ago.
Oh, well, you might not be up to date on the more recent laws. You see, there was a bit of a clash with I think the best word is a cult, who rather angered the Queen, and she came down rather heavily on certain magical practices, including those of my father, and by proxy myself. my father was going to be executed. We escaped. We're fleeing the country. Unfortunately, we got separated, and I don't know if he's still alive, but I hope he is. And
Orvald, let's open that cask.
He opens the cask, starts pouring the mugs.
And I'll pass the mugs around. And I'll set one down for the captain too once he comes back in.
So do they have any idea who released this creature? That sounds like such a horrible thing to do.
Oh, yeah. The cult. That's
The
what they were
cult.
aiming to do.
Oh, that does sound like something a cult would do.
Yeah, they call themselves the Circle. They call themselves the Circle.
Are you okay, Torvald? Torvald, you really probably should not make ale anymore. I'm gonna take the smallest sip and see if it's even worth magicking. Is it worth magicking?
Prestidigitation can change the taste. It can't make this drinkable.
Right. I will go and pick up the cask, and I will take it up to the deck and then pour it overboard.
As you're heading out, you hear a few raised voices from further. I said there were 7 of them. That is not enough food to feed 3 people. Okay, right. Wait, we're gonna go get some more supplies. I'm going to make a good impression on these people. You're making us look incompetent. So Aldous has gone up to throw overboard the ale. There's now just 4 of you left in the sort of awkward atmosphere at the table.
This is fun.
You call it fun, exactly.
I think it's interesting. I'm having fun.
Well, did you drink the ale?
No.
Probably why.
Is there more? Is there other ale that's not yours?
Don't think so.
Okay.
So I've explained what I'm doing. Where are you? If you don't mind me asking, where are you going?
I just kind of joined the rest of this barrage on their journey.
Your journey where?
We're going to see the giants as well.
How come?
Tourism.
Relatives of yours?
No.
Tourism. Just for fun.
I see.
I'm sorry. I'm a bit distracted.
The silence stretches on for a moment. Aldous, you return back down to find nothing's really changed. Everyone's just kind of sat around. And time sort of starts to pass by.
When I come in, I'm going to say, their cook didn't make enough food. I think I'm going to go help with that. I'll be back. And so I will go and help the cook make more food.
You find a slightly frantic atmosphere with the captain and this halfling named Gwyn sort of scurrying back and forth through the kitchen. Like, alright, how fast can we make a soup? Look, just anything that's... Oh no, that's going to take half an hour.
Captain,
Miss Ellis.
I'm here to help where I can. The ale had not turned out right, so I had gone to dump it, and I heard that there wasn't enough food prepared, so I've come to help.
Oh, the gods themselves are still looking down. All right, Gwyn, you go fetch some more ale from the hold. And he waits till the halfling's left, and he is a terrible cook. I'm beginning to think he lied when he said he was a cook.
It's possible. I will do what I can.
Right. So
Basic
you
stuff.
set about setting the meal to rights. Meanwhile, the captain sort of sticks his head back round into the cabin. Dinner will just be a little longer. There's some ale here. Please help yourself. Oh, I think I've got a bottle of elvish wine somewhere. He sort of passes it out, and I'm just going. Your friend is very graciously agreed to help in the kitchen. I'm just going to go and lend her a hand. She's a lovely young lady. He sort of nods over in Adair's direction. You should be very proud of her. And then...
Oh, I am. She does amazing work. Just don't make her angry.
Oh, I won't. He wanders back to the kitchen. Right, well, I think that's... I think I gave them enough ale and wine to keep them happy for a little while longer, and thank you once again so much for your help. I will, of course, be lowering the cost of your fare for this help.
Well,
Adair's going to look... Sorry.
Well, let's see what we can make first. I need to know what I'm rolling, because I don't actually have cooking
I don't think there is a
tools.
cooking... I'm not sure if cooking is a skill. You know what? Let's make this...
There are like cooking tools and
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know what...
Well, I guess it could be survival.
Yeah, I'll say survival.
Rolled for you.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest and say that cooking has very rarely come up in many D&D games. I'll put the dinner party people down this end.
All right, so
what
I
we
rolled
got?
a 3, but my survival is a +4, but my wisdom is a +5, so that's
How's your wisdom a +5? Is that a saving throw?
oh, saving throws, yes. Or is that different? That's different. Sorry. Okay, so I rolled a 7. Probably caught some stuff on fire.
Oh, okay, all right. It's under control. You just nip through and tell them it'll just be a little bit longer. And here, take them an extra bottle of wine. All right, Adair, you were saying something.
Oh, well, things have changed. If somebody comes in and we smell smoke and things are bad, Adair will excuse himself for a moment and go down to the kitchen.
It's okay, Nikolai. It's okay. You're doing fine. You are a captain
Sorry, I did
of
not
a ship.
set this on fire.
It's fine. Oh, sorry, you're there. Mr. Adair.
Aldous, did you kill anybody?
No, I just set the food on fire.
It's not your daughter's fault. She's been doing a wonderful job.
My daughter. And Adair will hold out his hand and cover it for a moment, and I'm going to cast Goodberry. And make 10 of them and put them in a bowl and say, "Here, just make a salad."
Okay. I think there are some fresh greens over here. That's really easy to do. I'll do that.
So who is still in the dining room?
Torvald, Uno, Chrysara has appeared to have absented herself for the time being on the excuse that she's hungry and has gone to eat with the crew.
She also drank some of that ale.
Yes, so it's just Uno, Torvald, and Davina.
And Torvald's vomiting. Okay. The whole bottle of wine's for Uno then. Called it.
Torvald's definitely taking some of the wine.
Oh, good.
I've never been happy to see elven wine, but I'll make an
elven wine's
exception
great.
this time.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of elves myself, but won't say no to the wine.
Not a fan of elves?
Well, they are presently engaged in invading my country.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some decent elves, but when they are raining sky fortresses down on you, it's a little hard to be sympathetic towards them.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
But
You know how to swim?
No.
Oh, cool. Okay, great.
Never really had a chance to learn.
I don't really know either, so that's good.
No,
Tell me more about yourself.
well.
We can trade. You can tell me something.
Okay. Fact for fact. We'll play a game.
We can like toss the. I'll pass the wine bottle.
It seems dinner's going to take a while.
You take a drink and then you say something and then you pass it.
All right. My father was the court wizard of Tilafen, and he taught me everything I know. Over to you.
My father's a bastard. He's the reason my brother's killing himself. she'll send the white bottle back over.
All right. She takes a big swig. My father's not actually my father. I don't even know who my real father is, and my whole family lies to me and has been dealing with demons my entire life. And she shoves the bottle back.
Hey, guess what? So, I'm part of this family, right? We're called the Diamonds, and we're just a bunch of adopted kids from nowhere that have all just been forced to make money and fame for our father. And I've just been on this quest to kill undead people to the point that I sullied my own blood in order to be better at killing. Here you go.
Sometimes I start to doubt that I'm even human. I think, like, you ever look in them, like, sometimes it's my shadow, it everything is wrong, and I can feel this something inside me, some voice, some calling, and I've summoned demons. I got my friends all killed, all of them.
Why did you summon demons?
I just wanted to talk to them. I wanted to ask them questions, and then it went wrong, and then
What
they are.
questions do you want to know?
I wanted to know what I am. Yes, Torvald, you're there.
Wait.
I am.
You summon demons
One demon.
in Tilafen.
Yes.
What was the name of your friends?
Logan, Frollo. Two others whose name I've temporarily forgotten.
Logan, did you hear that?
You don't have Logan with you anymore.
He's gone.
You left him in the land of the dead.
Logan. I miss him.
You knew Logan? lad, he was always so enthusiastic, and then I got him killed. That one was entirely on me. If I fucking demon. Don't summon demons. Don't ever summon demons. And it's around this point that the captain, Aldous, and Adair return with the salad. They've been gone for about an hour, I think, at this point, cooking.
Aldous distinctly smells of smoke like burned bread.
And as you open the door, like, Davina sort of slams the bottle on the table and goes, "No demons! No demons!"
No demons.
No demons!
Did we miss something?
We took too long, I see.
Me and Davina
Her father's
fucked up.
her father's a
In
bastard.
multiple ways.
Our new friend here, Adair, knew Frollo and Logan, and summoned a demon that killed them.
Man,
Aye.
I
Was my
understand that must
fault as
make you
well.
feel bad. Imagine how those cultists who summon that giant creature that's terrorizing the land must feel.
Oh, fuck the cultists. They did that on purpose.
Aye, the cultists are awful.
Yeah. Horrible people. Reprehensible.
Aye.
They got my... And it's their fault that we were kicked out of Tilafen as well. Like, okay, yes, we were summoning demons, but one demon, like, if it hadn't been for the cult, the Queen would never have noticed. Oh god, am I a bad person?
Possibly, but you could do things to make it right. Here's some salad. Why don't we eat?
I've got a question for you. Let's say Frollo figured out a way to be in a ring with his mind. Would you be able to get him out? Or would he be stuck in there?
If his experiments work, then if you've got the body, you could find someone who is able to,
No necromancy.
Okay,
doesn't like necromancy.
okay. No, without necromancy, no, he's a goner. Why?
No reason. It was a hypothetical question.
So, Captain Salvasi,
Yes?
let's try to steer this conversation in a different direction for now, since it seems like 1, 2, 3 people are beyond comprehension at the moment.
I'm not a comprehension.
Here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I should
yes.
maybe try to go make more bread.
No, please stay.
Make more bread? Where's the bread? I don't see any bread.
I burned it.
Oh, that explains it.
Just eat the salad. I'm sure you'll find it filling.
Look. Okay, that's strange.
I'm just eating salad. What's wrong with that?
I've never been filled by one mouthful of salad with a berry on top before. That is.
Oh, save the berry for last.
Oops.
Oops.
Eat the rest of the salad, at least. Don't eat it for waste.
I'll eat it.
Damn you, Pam. You broke me.
Well, we should have a good calm night tonight. Might be in for a bit of a storm tomorrow, I've been informed, but unless things go badly, we should be landing at the harbour of the Cloud Giants by nightfall tomorrow.
Well, storm never bothered me anyway, so we'll be fine.
I think we need some water in here.
Well, there's water all around us. There's some there and there and there.
Torvald, you're gonna
Behind
fall
me.
out of your chair.
What? I'm in a chair.
Well,
Or maybe we should all just go to sleep.
the captain sort of looks towards the now empty salad bowl. Thank you for joining me for dinner.
It was you're a fantastic host.
Good night.
Adair,
And he
I think
exits.
I owe him money for almost burning down the ship's kitchen.
Adair will reach into his pack and pull out a platinum piece and hand it to the captain and go, "Oh, we apologize for the damage to your kitchen."
Torvald is suddenly stone cold.
Okay, so the captain walks out holding his platinum piece going,
You know we have other denominations of coin, right? You don't have to be throwing around platinum. Like there's some sort of...
This is what you gave me.
Well, that's because that's what you asked for. I got change.
Well, you know I don't spend a lot of money on things. I usually make things I need, so if I don't understand the pricing of things, I apologize.
Well, as a merchant, I understand it very well, and it hurts my soul when we waste the money. I can feel it in my heart. It's like
Well, he
you're
did
stabbing me
say
in
he
the
was going.
back.
He did say he was going to remove a little bit from our fee for the my doing the weather forecast. So maybe that will offset.
That's an expensive weather forecast.
Well,
We're gonna be on
I
the
am a
ship for
powerful
more
wizard.
than one day. After we visit the giants, he does still need to take us up around to the other place we're going.
To be fair, the cook fucked up.
To be fair, I
That's
messed
not
up
on
too.
us.
She is right, you know.
if you
But
guys
I'm
want
the one
meat for, if you guys are looking for meat for tomorrow's meal, and he'll tap his hat, I can take care of that as well.
"You want to eat a hat?"
No, love badger.
And as Aldous says love badger, there's a little squeak as a rat drops out of the magic hat. You're a wizard.
Powerful.
That's brilliant. I'm a wizard too.
Let me take that one
You want me
down
to show you?
Where's
to
your
Gwen.
hat?
Yes, yes.
I'll take the rat down to Gwen. Here's some meat for dinner tomorrow.
Okay.
Stu, you have
Thank
a
you.
cookbook, right?
Wait, you're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, I can show you. I can. Right. All right. Hang on.
I volunteer. Whatever you're doing. Here I am.
Right.
And I just stand up and just have at me.
Okay. No, not on a ship. No, I can't do that one on a ship. Oh no, that's probably a bad idea on a ship. Oh. No. I'm gonna say now a lot of my repertoire is fire-based.
Well,
That's fine. My village was burned down.
I can make it any color you like. So there's that.
Right. Well, alright, stand still. Oh, I've forgotten how that. Oh no, fuck! I've forgotten how that one works. Sorry, I think I might be a bit drunk. Like, there's so an awful lot of you. You keep swaying.
Well, we are on a boat, after all.
We're on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
Oh, we're on a boat.
I think we're all on a boat. Let me check.
Oh, hang on. This one will be fine. Right. She sort of lays her hands on you and goes, now you'll be really, really fast. And you feel this sort of rush flow through you as like this sort of bubbling energy inside you. Like, you can move faster, you can hit things more, you can dodge out the way faster. You are unstoppable.
One of you has mending, right? Yes, maybe? Una's gonna punch a hole in the wall. Just for fun.
Roll me strength and also roll me a d4.
Sure. Oh. Strength is a 9.
And what? Strength is a 9 and a d4.
And a d4.
What is it?
1.
So, luckily, you do not manage to break a hole in the outside wall of the
Cool.
cabin.
I don't think
Sort of goes to plows her fist into the solid outer hull of the ship, but all you get is slightly bruised knuckles.
Now, when you said mending, I can't do it on your hand.
That's fine.
If that was your plan.
No, my hand's scarred to hell, I gotta be honest.
Uno?
No worries. Yes.
Uno, I would suggest not hitting the part that keeps the water out.
Okay.
Something tells me that's probably not our best choice.
Okay.
I want the water on the other side.
Torvald, flex your abs. She'll just gut punch him.
And so the evening descends into essentially drunken shenanigans on the part of at least 2 members of the party. Plus,
I am going to take Gwen's cookbook and actually sit down and read it.
Okay.
You're such a party pooper, Aldous. Why don't you join us? The silver nail's actually pretty good.
She's a little baby. She's a little baby. She's still too pure. Hold on to it.
I'm going.
I want to be able to actually cook things, so I'll keep reading.
All right, be like that.
I'm going to make my way to the fore and, again, not paying particular attention to what's going on. Just kind of observe as things go on around us.
Well, you do actually. As you're leaving, as these drunken shenanigans are going out of the corner of your eye, you do notice the Venus shadow, sort of cast by the lantern light of this room. You watch as it sort of twists to one side. Things to shift and curve a little, before sort of shrinking back down to her feet. A couple of sort of wisps of smoke curl up from the deck.
That's hot.
With a glint of almost like a fiery glint in her eye as she goes back to attempting to challenge Torvald to an arm wrestle.
I don't think you want any of this.
I am a wizard. We are known for our strength.
I am a cleric. Me too.
Actually, no, Torvald's not that strong, is he?
It's an 8.
Roll me an oh god, she might beat you. Roll me an athletics check, please. As this is the last of the drunken.
I rolled a 2. And my athletics is -1.
So the wizard beats you at the arm wrestling.
I wasn't ready.
She rolled a 17, even with her -1. That is 16.
Kind of witchcraft.
I'm a +7. Let me at him.
All right, challenger faces challenger. Think you got it? What you got it in you? Right. I'm ready.
22.
9.
Excellent.
Her arm sort of flops over again. Right, you and I'm gonna go to bed. It's late and there's no more wine.
Who's
I got a cabin. I got here first. I got a cabin.
What do we get?
You get hammocks.
That's garbage. I'm gonna walk to your cabin.
Well, you know, I could join you in your cabin.
Only room for 2.
Aye, you and me, right?
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Stronger of the 2.
And well, before you can, Davina just flops down on the bed and falls dead to sleep. You can hear her snoring loudly.
Nice. Keep out. Una will fall asleep. Probably not on the bed. She'll respect the space and fall asleep on the chair.
Okay. So Adair, up on deck, the sea is much calmer than the interior of the boat. And you can see sort of the dark waters stretching out. You've been up there a while when Eric pops up down beside you. You don't need to keep a watch, you know. You're a passenger.
That's okay. I'm actually relaxing and resting a bit while I look out. And I don't care much for ships. I never have.
Well, I've always liked it. I like my lad Leaf there. I've been on the sea since I was a boy, and I like it out here. Although, yeah,
I'm more of a deep woods kind of person.
I've never trusted trees. It's a bit shifty about them.
And Adair's going to actually get a little flushed, angry red and look at him and go, I have family who are trees, thank you.
Oh, sorry. It's just, I don't know. My pa told me a story about druids, and I always had this fear whenever we went past a tree that there might be someone up there watching me.
There probably is.
That's not at all alarming. But somehow I feel safer out here, even though, sea is not exactly a safe place. There's all sorts of things down there in the depths,
Using Druidcraft, I would like to make the air suddenly smell like a musty forest.
You smell that?
No, what?
Land. But it ain't real land. I bet that's they say you smell strange smells on the seas. It's a sign of the monsters, creatures. Have you ever heard of the Kraken?
No, tell me all about it.
Alright, well, and Eric launches into a long tale. A proper seaman's yarn that he heard from a man he met in an inn on a harbour, who had it from an old sailor that had used to sail with the crew of a man named Dave.
It's gonna die first.
It tells a tale of how they sailed too far out west into the unknown ocean, and how they fought with giant whales and sea dragons until they faced the dread of the Kraken itself, and how Dave's ship was dragged down into the inky depths, and only one man survived to tell the tale, but he says he only survived for one reason, you see. There's things out there that even Krakens fear. Things out there that when they come, the Kraken runs. Out in the west of the ocean, a serpent vaster than any you can imagine. Serpent so vast that if it wished it could encircle the whole world. When that comes, even the Krakens flee. Well, sweet dreams.
Oh, and you as well. And I will cast Druidcraft again, and more of the forest smell.
And Eric looks rather disturbed by this.
What's the matter?
Look. It's just, can you not smell that?
No, what do you smell?
Can I ask you a deception check here, Adair, as you continue to destroy this poor man's life? Sending him slowly insane.
With a nat 1 and my -2.
Eric gives you a look at... You almost had me there. You almost had me. Good one, Tree Man.
Have a good evening. Sleep well. Hopefully the Kraken won't take you in your sleep and he'll turn away and just look off into the distance.
Alright. So, one by one, either falling in drunken stupor or taking a good night's rest after you finish reading, working your way through the various soups and dishes that can be made with the stores of a ship, and 101 ways to cook fish. You all, one by one, fall asleep. And you may, I don't think any of you have got anything to mark off because this was a nice, peaceful day, but you can have a long rest if you... Yes, Aldous?
Before I fall asleep, I tie myself to the post of my hammock, so I prevent myself from sleepwalking off the ship.
That is probably quite a good idea. But before we get to morning, there is not the eldest tonight, but some dream-related business with one other member of our company. Adair. When you finally fall asleep, you find yourself falling into dreams that are vividly real. The kind of dreams that led you into Isfjell in the first place.
Okay.
And you dream of this enormous dragon-like creature, this hideous scaled monster, clawing its way up from the earth, leaving broken land in its wake. And you see a fleet of ships sailing across the sky. Fluttering behind them is the banner of a dragon. And then you see dark shadows in somewhere deep underground. And just for a moment you see the brief silhouette, the shape, that familiar figure you'd run into before with long tendrils spilling from the mouth. This shadow cast across a cave wall. And then, all of a sudden, the dream shifts. It's sort of almost like as if he was building to something, and then it switches and changes and becomes less vivid and much more solid. And you find yourself in a circular room with this 4 windows looking out onto clouds below. And in the centre of the room, a table with 2 chairs drawn up to it. And on the table sits a crystal ball. And sitting in one of the chairs at the table, you see a familiar dark-haired elven woman. Venli. Hello there. Please excuse the interruption. I could not think of a better way to resume contact.
And what can we do for you?
I wanted to, first of all, extend my apologies for how things fell out last time between us. It was wrong of me to attempt to blackmail you in the way I did, but at the time it seemed the best course. As I said to Aldous, I want to be friends if possible. I see great potential in us working together here, but this is my last attempt to try and reach through and reach an amicable arrangement, and I thought you might be the best one to try to speak to here, because, well, we didn't have much chance to talk before because you had turned yourself into an eagle. But also you're rather a mystery compared to the others. Even Lena can't really see who you are. A lost child in a lightning-struck oak. It's a very strange story, but that's by the by. I wanted you to pass along a message to your companions. And I wanted them to say that if you agree to work together with me, I will share any fragments of this wand you're looking for with you, and you will share, and together we will have a complete wand rather than each of us having half a wand, which seems rather lacking. But if we don't work together, I will do everything in my power to stop you.
Well, I appreciate the apology and I appreciate the offer. I do have to ask, how's your hand?
She holds up her hand, which is missing a finger. You left your mark.
I would advise, if you wish to seek help from others, it's a good idea not to throw a threat in with it, because then you're not offering teamwork.
You took me to hell.
Well, you rather seemed at home there.
I see. Well, this is how it's going to be. Don't say I didn't warn you. I thought I could at least give you a chance.
Yes. Well, Emily, how many pieces of the wand are you in possession of at this point?
That is for me to know. I know the location of several of the fragments.
Well, that's interesting because so do we.
Well, I guess.
I also know the location of your finger.
Well, I know the location of your boat.
Oh, it'd be so nice to see you again.
Maybe next time I won't go easy on you.
Well, maybe next time I'll go for a whole arm.
Well, I see no point in continuing this conversation any longer. Sweet dreams. And the whole sort of dream fragments away back into sort of the normal dreams of not prophetic dreams, not dreams that are being interrupted by meddling mages. And the rest of your sleep is your own. And we will pick up on the morning for the second day of our lovely interlude at sea after a quick break.
Right. We will be back in 10.
Alright, so the next morning, you awake to find that the sky has started to cloud over and it's beginning to rain. And Aldous, you gather together your companions in order to prevent them from. Well, Aldous, explain what you're doing.
So I bring everybody into this corner of the sleeping quarters after all of the crew have left the sleeping quarters, and I'm going to say, okay, this is the first time I'm doing this, but this is a water breathing ritual so that if we should by chance not be on the ship and in the water instead, we won't drown, and it'll work for 24 hours. And if I just do it every morning while we're on this ship, we should all be good.
I'm glad we didn't capsize last night. This is a wonderful idea of yours.
I completely forgot yesterday when we boarded the ship. So I apologize, but considering that there's a storm starting or unpleasant weather, I figured now would be a good time. So
will it distract you if I share something?
No.
I had a new dream last evening.
Okay, so you talk about the dream, and I will do this. It'll only take me about 10 minutes, so
right,
I will start doing that.
Right. It's nothing to startle you. It'll be fine. So Venli visited me in my dream last night.
And by visited, you mean you had a dream about Finley? I mean, who hasn't, right?
And I will place my hand on his shoulder. Brother Torvald, have my dreams steered you wrong thus far? Have my dreams only been dreams to this point?
Well, I can't speak for all of them, but I could say they're prophetic. I'll give you that.
Well, Venli stated that, she more threatened that we should team up with her so that we could share ownership of the wand rather than just one of us have it. And, with my skills as a negotiator, I tried to point out to her that making threats probably wasn't the best way to engage in teamwork. And then I'm afraid it rather devolved into me pointing out that I had eaten her finger and a threat that I would eat her arm the next time we met. So I'm not sure that teamwork is exactly an option. She did threaten us and also said that she knows where our ship is. So
Well, that was not wise. Adair probably could have left out the finger part.
I'm sorry. I went to the Torvald School of Negotiations, and I'm still working on gaining the mastering skill of. I don't know what exactly is it your negotiation technique, Torvald.
I don't really have one, to be honest.
Yeah.
That might be the problem.
No. Also, small issue with that creature that those cultists apparently aroused from the earth. I'm afraid I saw a fleet of flying ships bearing a banner of a dragon. I'm thinking they were pursuing it in some way, maybe. And remember that creature with the tendrils? No.
Aye.
Yeah, it was in the dream as well. So I didn't get much of that because that's when Venley decided to interrupt the call and share her message of teamwork.
Well, it's all sunshine and rainbows, as usual.
Yeah.
Anyone have any ideas of what we should do?
I don't know who she is, but she sounds bad. So, I don't know. Mess her
She
up?
was the dragon we were referring to. We're not sure if she's actually a dragon, or she just turned into one. Adair thinks it doesn't taste like dragon.
Does he?
Did the 10 minutes go by?
Yeah, you can.
Just about.
Yeah, time's flexible. You're not under time pressure at the moment. Yeah, so
All right.
feel free to join in.
Okay. The name very much. Torvald, do you still have the scroll of things that we need to do to repay the diamond debt?
Aye.
Not your diamond debt, a different diamond debt. Just to be clear. Yeah.
Would you like me to
I try
resend the
not to
list?
encourage that.
Well, we've got I don't remember how to read, apparently.
Are you still drunk?
Well, not really, no. But
Oh, severely hungover.
it was a rough night. You could say that.
Did you send it to me and I'm not seeing it?
You're muted.
Oh, I'm muted? Oh, Tis did? Tis.
This is
She's saying,
stalling.
1 moment, please. 1 moment.
Oh.
Stalling. So, okay. Well,
Aye, anything I'm looking for in particular, or do you need me to read the whole thing?
I'm gonna look over his shoulder and I'm gonna run my finger down the list and then point at it. Kill Venley.
Ah, I thought that name sounded familiar. Well, I guess that's that then. We just kill her.
Yes, we need to kill her. She knows where our ship is.
I've resent the list. I'll send it in group as well. Sorry. Carry on. Sorry, I was.
Okay. So we need to. Sindri is with the boat. I don't think she's gonna leave it, but I have no way to really call her or contact her or anything like that. She's too far away. So I don't know what to do about that. All I know is that she should not get the boat.
Well, that goes without saying.
We know where the boat is.
Yes, but Venley can turn into a dragon and fly. And can get there before we do.
She has a point. Maybe we should act like we're gonna cooperate and double cross her. What do you think of that idea?
I'm
Pretty
not
good,
sure how
huh?
to. I'm not sure how to contact her back.
Well, maybe you can contact her front. That might be more useful.
Well, I could give her the finger too, but I don't think that's going to help either.
Well, I'm sure you passed it already. I don't want that job, that's for sure.
I'm just glad it didn't change into a talon when she became a dragon. That could have been very uncomfortable.
Aye, that would have been pretty bad, but... You look alright.
Yeah. Well, you know, you are what you eat, so I guess technically I'm part Vinley now.
I
I hope we don't have to kill you.
I would hope not as well. I'm kind of fond of being me. You do realize, of course, I also can fly.
That's true.
Can you get there?
Well, I'm maybe not as fast as the dragon.
Well, I don't really like the idea of splitting us up.
I guess it turns down to which idea do you like less? The possibility of her getting the boat or us being split up?
Well, I suppose it's not really the thought of us splitting up, it's us dying. That's the thing I'm worried about. The splitting up's just the way we get to us dying.
Oh, well, Adair has managed to survive to this point, and he was alone a good portion of it.
Aye, before we were trying to save the world from evil creatures crawling out of the ground and elves that transform into dragons.
And Adair returns. Uno, what do you think?
I'm just kind of here to be entirely honest. I mean, if we disagree with her, we kill her, right?
Right, but on the other side, you need to know that we are in possession of a flying ship.
Yes.
Well, we're not in possession at the moment. We claim ownership of a flying ship.
Yes.
She
And
knows about the ship.
We really don't want anyone else to take it, but it is quite a ways away to catch it and bring it back.
Should we make a partnership with the wizard girl? Have her go get the piece of the wand and we focus on getting the ship back and then meet back up?
I'd much rather work with demon summoning wizard than dragon transforming elf.
Exactly, yeah. I can I could check her out, and I'll actually pull out the compass.
You'd like to check her out, wouldn't you?
I already did. Smart pants. I'll go ahead and I'll take out the compass.
Okay.
And she did say she was friends with Frollo.
So, Uno, describe this compass as you take it out, please, for the benefit of...
Of course.
Benefit of the party.
Yes. So, at the end of the Uno shot, my brother Four gifted me a compass, which is the moral compass. It's a little compass that has silver and onyx, different points, and the onyx is attuned to evil, silver attuned to good, and it'll point to the strongest source of evil or good within 50 feet. So it's just this kind of gold engraved special compass that has definitely seen some wear with 2 different needles that kind of whir around.
And at the moment, they keep to be spinning quite chaotically. They stop and pause and spin again.
We are immortally grave.
Especially the evil one seems to be quite a confused needle. It spins round. You swear you saw it pause on Aldous for like a couple of seconds before swinging round to Cressara, then round to Torvald, lingers on a dare, swings back round to you, and then and points towards the prow of the ship.
For good or for evil?
For evil, where you can see Davina standing looking out over the sea.
Oh no! Whoa! Never mind. I'll quickly close the compass and put it away. I didn't actually check her out. I'll redact that.
Is there something wrong?
Yes. So, this compass tells me if people are good or bad, and the most evil thing on this ship is apparently her. And from what I understand, Aldous has killed people before, so... I mean, it might be because she summoned demons, and it might be like an accidental moral kind of just... She's in the low karma at the moment, but maybe you shouldn't trust her. So, never mind. I'm sure if Bentley was on the ship that would be pointing at her.
How does it work exactly? Does it gauge their deeds, or...
Oh... I don't know. I'd have to ask Ford, to be honest, and I don't think I will be in contact with him anytime soon. I don't know exactly how it works. It just points at people. I trust it. Ford trusted it, and he survived somehow.
Well, we've survived too without it. You guys are using anecdotal evidence, substitute for fact. Doesn't work out too well.
That's what I can say for now, but if you want to side with someone, I suppose Davina knows about the wand.
I did notice when you were drunk last night, blind stinking drunk, I believe is the proper phrase. I did notice that her shadow seemed to have a certain smoky, devilish, demonesque quality to it.
Well, she might be followed around by the demon she summoned then, and it's not actually her.
Well, when the demon she summoned was around, it had like a cold feeling. And I don't feel that right now.
Aldous, can you do some kind of like ritual exorcism type thing? Make sure she's cleared?
Hold on.
I'm Eric, right?
Oh yeah, you too.
Yes,
listen. I'm still kind of in the like icebreakers phase. I don't know everything about all of you yet.
She got her magic by making a pact with a fey creature. I serve a god.
Well,
there are no gods. I believe in nature.
Did you hear that, Thunderer?
And Thunder just kind of...
There's a roll of thunder in the distance.
That for anything?
You see that? That's proof right there.
Huh. More proof than my
nature.
Compass.
I just had a thought.
Uh-oh.
Adair, can you turn into a sea creature or a water creature?
Well, I did turn into an octopus once.
Do you think going through the water will be faster than going through the air?
I'm not sure. Water's a little bit thicker than air. Maybe. I could always try.
So, what if you were to turn into a swimming creature, swim obviously as quickly as you could up to where we're supposed to be finally, and then fly from there to the ship?
It just seems like flying to the ship with extra steps. And it still splits the party, which Torvald was not pleased with. I mean, I'm more than happy to try, but... I think everyone needs to agree. What do you think, Chrysara? Oh, she seems silent on the subject.
Do we know how many?
Sorry,
days-
this letter's taking me a long time to read. I've got to dear Chrysara, but he writes in really tiny writing.
Do we know how long it would take Adair to fly to our ship?
Okay, so your ship is approximately hang on. Approximately, thank you, about 950 miles away. Now,
I would walk 500 miles. And then I would walk
and
500
you
more.
would
And I
walk
would walk
500 more.
Just to
And then you'd
be
make
the
the
man
shot
who
by
brought
50
the
miles.
ship right to your shore. Yes.
So it really depends on the airspeed velocity of an unladen druid.
Yes, that would be 60 feet per turn. So.
60 feet every 6 seconds. That's 10
Oh.
seconds.
Actually, I can do better than that. I can do
120.
80 feet per turn.
80 times 2, right? Because you can dash.
That's true.
Okay, given that you go about twice as fast as a person, and a person can cover, what, about 30 miles a day,
Well, it's
I'd say you're looking at...
How long is your shape? 2 hours? 3 hours?
4.
4.
I'd say, given favourable winds, it's still going to take you over a week, probably, to fly there.
Yeah.
favorable winds.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yes. Sorry. That was not the answer you were looking for.
Who did we leave watching the ship, or did we just leave it unguarded? I don't remember. It's been so long.
Sindri is watching the ship.
Watching the ship, yeah.
But
We're screwed.
the priestess acolyte was there too.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows how angry Aldous is at her for misleading Aldous. So she might convince Sindri to take the ship back to the town, and they might protect it, maybe?
Well, if we have a way to get a message to her, why not have Sindri bring the ship to us?
Do we have a way to get a message to her?
I don't know. Do any of you have any form of sending or long-distance communication spells? Because unfortunately, once she's out of 100 feet, Aldous, your direct connection to Sindri is gone.
Yes.
Immediately, Chrysara starts muttering away about how her friend the Mist King will totally help you, and this is a brilliant idea. We should involve more Fae in this, and that I'm just seeing that would be her suggestion in this circumstance, given that that's been her suggestion in most
52
circumstances.
52 hours, by the way. It would take him to fly 950 miles.
I'd say longer than that, because that is assuming the no-stop, like,
Well,
short
no,
distance
yeah, I can do
speed.
8 hours a day, so it's still going to be 6.5 days. Somewhere in there.
Wait. Maybe we can get Davina to send a message to Svanhild or somebody in that town to pass the message to Sindri to bring the boat to us.
You want
So we
someone
want
to
to ask
try
the
to
person-
fly the ship here. It's never flown it before.
Sindri can fly the ship, remember?
Well, can you talk to her from here?
We can see if Davina can send a message for us.
So the person we're not sure we can trust, you want to entrust with sending a message to have the ship brought to us.
Well,
in
we
order
can
to
hear what she says.
I think I'd rather drink a cask of Torvald's ale.
You don't want that. I can promise you that.
Especially last night's ale. I
I
feel sorry for the fish that swim through it.
Don't remind me, please.
The only other option is we could contact the Gith.
How do we know they're not
Or-
the ones flying with the ships and the dragon emblems?
And well, we were told.
Now you believe my dreams.
Well,
Hey, I always have. But weren't they captured?
It almost feels like there's this single entity who just puts all these things together to get in our way.
I curse them.
Look, are you guys going to stand around yakking all day? We've got some... There's a weather blowing in. You just move out of the way. I just need to get to that rope there.
Oh,
It looks like we're in for some rough weather ahead. That's all right. I'll leave you to it. I'd hold on to it tight. It's gonna get a bit rocky pretty soon. But the gods will hopefully favour us, and but yeah, Stormbringer maybe won't take us today.
I
would like to do a fresh weather report and see how bad the storm's going to get for the next 24 hours.
Okay, so you've got... Essentially, you can see a glimpse of the future weather, and yeah, it's going to get bad. For at least half of the day, the weather gets steadily worse and worse, and sort of starts to tail off again. But there's some seriously rough seas ahead.
Winds and rain, or mostly winds, or...
Winds, rain, and lightning.
Okay. I will share that information with the captain and the team.
Yep. Okay, we've got everything stowed down safely below. Look, when the weather gets rough, I suggest those of you who aren't sailors just stay out the way down below where you can't get knocked overboard.
makes sense to me.
But that goes for you too, Mom. Oh, yes. And Davina at that point actually moves away from the prow towards the five of you. Sorry, you look like you're really having a really in-depth conversation. I didn't want to interrupt.
No worries. We're just trying to figure out.
I can come back later if you're still busy.
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
I first of all, I wanted to apologise about last night. I think I got quite a bit more drunk than I should have done, and perhaps made a bit of a fool of myself.
No, you were fine. I had a few too many myself.
But yeah, I'm not feeling great about this oncoming storm. But the captain assures me it's all the captain assures me it's all under control. But I've seen what his version of it all under control looks like with dinner last night. So,
Aldous is going to lean into Adair. Adair, last night she was extremely drunk, and when we walked in, it seemed like she was remorseful about the demons.
Oh, I understand, but that doesn't change the fact that her shadow seemed a little demony, maybe?
True.
You probably know more about these things than I do.
I don't know anything about demons.
No. Well, you would think a cleric would.
You would think. My only other idea, and I want to pass this by you before talking to anybody else, is what if I try to contact my patron and see if maybe she can contact Sindri and have Sindri meet us with the boat?
Will there be a price to pay for this?
Oh, most likely.
And I assume it's a price you would have to pay?
Yeah, and I don't think she's exactly happy with me right now.
Let's make it through this storm and see where we're at. I hate for you to take on anything for the boat.
Okay. Captain, I can help with some lines, maybe, if people show me what I need to do.
Oh, brilliant. Great. I hope your sailing's a little better than your cooking. Sorry.
Well,
sorry. That was a bad. Sorry.
My family are sailors of a sort, but I'm good with knots. I do a lot of weaving and such, so I'm very good with knots.
Okay, well, any of the rest of you? I know Grassara here sailed a fair bit before. Any rest of you willing to lend us a hand up on deck?
I am not. Got it not.
No, as I said, if you don't know your way around the ship, it's best you stay below because, I don't want you getting underfoot.
Yeah, Torvald, maybe you should go with Davina and have discussions about good and evil and demons, and maybe you could make some headway and determinations on things. And he'll wink, off.
All right. You're acting very strange there. Well, I guess that's pretty normal.
I'll stay captain and do anything I can to help.
So essentially, Torvald's going down below with Davina. Aldous and Adair have volunteered to help. Uno, are you, how do you feel about some sailing?
I hate it. We'll go ahead and what is, so half of the group is talking to Davina and then half the group is...
Well, currently Torvald's talking to Davina and it seems the rest of the group are volunteering to help out as the storm starts to blow in. The deck by now is rocking back and forth quite...
Yeah, Uno doesn't know anything about sailing, and she doesn't trust Davina now, so she'll go with Torvald just to hear from her mouth what's going on.
Okay. So, Torvald and Uno, you descend below decks, well on board. Adair and Eldest, you're helping out as the water starts... The rain is coming hard and fast now, and the deck is sort of awash with seawater and rain, washing back and forth as it sort of goes up and down into the troughs of another wave. And first of all, just to see how things are going, I am going to ask both of you to give me either athletics to hold on to something strong, or like an acrobatics for keeping your balance and like keeping yourself steady as the boat goes sort of dives down a particularly deep trough between the waves, and you watch all the crew like quickly grabbing onto ropes and holding on for dear life.
If I could do athletics, I would prefer to do athletics.
You may do.
We have to do it below deck too, or no?
No, you kind of being jolted back and forth, but the worst happens, you bump into a wall. Quite heavily, but there's walls down here.
That's an 8.
Okay.
16.
Okay, so Adair, you're able to securely sort of hold yourself on as the boat sort of takes a steep dive. Aldous, you are not. And so your grip goes and you feel yourself sliding fast down the deck towards the rail and the churning waters of the ocean below.
Okay, do I go over or not? I'm not able to hold myself, do I stop myself from going over?
Well, I'm going to give you one last dexterity saving throw to see whether you manage to catch yourself on the rail. You will probably take some damage for hitting this at some force, or whether you are going right over.
Let me use a different die. All right, dex save.
Yes.
That's a 13.
With you manage to catch yourself sort of slightly winded against the rail of the boat. That will be 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the wood, and you stop yourself just before you can see this churning mass of water below, and looking down you swear there's something moving down there within the water.
What does it look like, since I'm close enough?
You're not close enough to get a good look, but there's definitely, you will notice a sinuous movement of what looks like perhaps a large snake? Something snaking its way through the water and then down into the depths. Perhaps a snake, or perhaps part of something larger.
There's a big thing in the water.
And as the crew heads whip round to look where you are looking, we bring you the below decks interlude. As Torvald and Uno, you feel yourself sort of slammed against the side of the wall. Davina sort of staggers, catches herself. Oh, I've decided I don't like boats.
Well, this is pretty normal. Especially during a storm. You just gotta hold on to something. And make sure you're not swaying around too much so you get sick.
Oh god, you're making me feel sick just looking at you.
Well, there's not much I can do about it. It's not like I'm trying.
Oh god. Like, I've heard stories. I don't want to drown. It's meant to be horrible.
Well,
I really should have learned to breathe underwater. Or walk on water. Why did I not think that was a priority in life? But no, I decided to learn all the fire spells. Great.
don't worry about it. We'll be here for you if you need some saving.
Well, look, we've only known each other about like a day, and I'd feel much more secure if I knew that I had a handy spell to solve this, but no, I don't.
Well,
water never seemed a priority.
How much gold do you have on you?
Why are you asking?
Well, because I have a hat that you can use to breathe underwater, and I'm willing to trade it for a price.
What sort of price?
Well, if you had something useful I could use, some sort of magical item in exchange, or gold is always nice.
You sure the hat works?
I've used it myself.
And right now in the middle of the store, you want to sell it?
We found another way to breathe underwater, so I'll be fine without it.
Oh, well, she sort of you see her hand goes to her, the necklace she's wearing. She reaches up and you see this sort of looks almost dwarven made in style. It's this necklace, and hanging on it are 5 glittering amber stones. This, I had to leave. We left in quite a hurry. I've got a gold bracelet. I've got some few platinum coins, but this is honestly the most valuable thing I have. I made it myself. Took some time, took some effort, but if you pull one of these gemstones off and throw it a very safe distance from yourself, it explodes.
All right. How big's the explosion?
Pretty big. Depends. I used to have more gemstones on it. I threw a couple. But nearly killed some people who turned out actually to be on my side. It was rather awkward. But look, it's about, it'll cover a good 20 feet radius, I think. Big fireball.
Well, I guess that's probably a fair trade.
How many gems did you say there on it?
5.
All right, I'll take that and a few platinum. Should be fair trade.
You take out.
3 platinum?
Aye.
Oh god, I feel better. Wait, does it take an hour to kick in?
No, not quite. It might take a few minutes and
Okay.
get used to it.
It's like I'm starting to feel much better already. Why has it got a bubble on the top? Did you make this?
I did not. It was given to me as a gift.
Well, oh god, I feel. Whoa! What was that?
I like this one better anyway.
And he puts the spider climbing on, and he just kind of holds onto the wall.
Yes, for the reference of those who've forgotten, the spider climbing hat is a very decorative drow priestess's headdress, complete with spider-themed spangles and like
I'm pretty
hanging
much
net.
Spider dwarf. Does whatever a spider dwarf can.
Yes, and she sort of looks at you with a mixture of like bemusement, and she looks quite impressed. The boat gives a large lurch, and meanwhile, up on deck, the boat has sort of righted itself up, and Aldous, you're back sort of upright again as the boat returns to its sort of original thing.
Is there a place where people can anchor themselves to parts of the ship?
There's lots of ropes around. You could like lash yourself to something if you wish to.
Yeah, I would like to lash myself to the railing near to where a lot of the knot work needs to be done. So that I'm still useful, but if I go overboard, they can just pull me back up.
Alright, so you're tying yourself to the ship, and as Ilva looks over you, you can go under if you like. You don't have to stay up here.
No, there's something in the water below us. You might need me out here.
What kind of something?
I don't know. It looked like a giant snake or something, but I don't know if there's snakes in the sea. So,
like a sea serpent.
Oh yeah, sea serpents are a thing. We don't have them much from where I'm from. So yeah, it might have been a sea serpent or something similar in shape.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah, I managed to just catch myself from going overboard, and that's when I saw it.
Okay. And she hurries on that test, but you notice that she sort of pulls the other half orc over to her, and they exchange a few frantic words, and both of them look terrified. And Adair, are you just getting on with your shipboard tasks?
Anything they need me to do, I am doing. Do I overhear all this talking about this? I don't know how far away from I am since she's slid across
I'll
the
leave
deck.
your choice. I've not been updated. The map is mainly so I don't forget the existence of NPCs.
All right. I'm gonna be near the captain then, and just seeing what I can do. Asking direction.
All right, Axe. You take a look up top. Ilva, you've got the wheel. This is going to be fine. This is going to be fine. Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize you were there.
Does this appear to be kind of the hard point of the storm from what I had in the prediction?
You reckon it's about to get much worse?
Okay. Captain, I'm afraid to tell you, I think it's about to get a lot worse.
Okay. And we're just going to nip back down below decks for a moment. Uno, you can hear, it seems that Davina and Torvald are having an exchange of hats. And Davina sort of pulled down this knitted woolen blue hat with a large pom-pom on top. And she looks much happier.
Torvald puts the necklace on. You can't see it under his beard.
Do you remember much of last night?
I remember you tried to punch your way out the ship. I almost set fire to you, but decided that was a bad idea. And also your father's a bastard.
Yeah. I remember also that you summon demons, and you also see your shadow in your reflection.
Did I really say that out loud?
Yeah. Do you have a demon following you around?
I don't know. I hope not.
Are you a demon?
I hope not. But I'm going to be totally honest. I'm not sure.
Do I think you're being totally honest?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, I'd like to insight check as well.
That's going to be 21.
And Uno?
16.
Okay, so both of you, what you get from her, she seems very nervous and like rather worried, but Torvald, underneath that, you get a brief flash of something. For a moment, you sort of see past the worry and nerves, and there's a glint of something else, almost, or maybe someone else. Just a strange sudden sort of assurity, and it's just sort of a glimpse for a moment, and then she's sort of back to being nerves and worry. Look, my father was my mother as well, actually. And actually, I think she's the crux of the matter. We're into some dubious magical practices before I was born. And
Cold water?
Cold water.
What's his name first?
Godfrey Coldwater.
Okay.
At the Coldwater Laboratories, we make magical artifacts.
We know.
Oh yeah, you've been, yeah. My mother died a while ago, but at least that's what my father said, and no, Tam, that's not what I said.
Well, you look You look a little unsteady.
Oh, that's not what I intended to say.
I will be playing that back because maybe I missed punctuation, but I swear I heard my father was my mother as well. And
I think that's punctuation there.
Yeah.
okay.
I think that was.
I'm my own grandpa. Well, you look a little unsteady on your feet. I have something that can help you stabilize yourself down here, protect you.
Yeah.
Torvald will step up and lay a hand on her and cast protection from good and evil.
Okay.
We've killed someone with this before. Choose wisely.
Yes. Last time, I think the last time you cast this, you killed Eira.
Correct.
But-
Yeah. Well, she was technically already dead. It was just her body. Her brain had been consumed and replaced by a different entity. In all fairness.
And she got better.
Yeah.
And she got.
Kind
It's
of.
fine. It's fine. She doesn't remember half her childhood anymore, but she's fine. It's fine.
She got better.
So, yeah, you cast this spell on Davina, and she gives shrinks back for a moment, and then you watch the shadow around her feet sort of curl and twist and sort of stretch almost outwards from her. The shadow sort of stretching up the walls around her, coiling protectively around her. And it's at that moment that you hear also the loud thud of something large hit the outside of the boat underwater. There's a large thunk of something massive hitting the side of the boat. And as the shadows stretch up from Randavina, we're going to just go back up on deck for a moment. As Aldous and Adair, the boat pitches back and forth, and the thunder rumbles, and you see something start to stir ahead of the boat. There's the ocean bubbling and was boiling up. And then you watch this long, sinuous form rises up ahead of the boat from the ocean. You see reaching up, stretching above the boat, is the head and the first body of this enormous sea serpent. Its scales studded with barnacles and kelp weed hanging off as it rears up in front of the boat.
Fun!
And we've got a yes. Adair, you were about to say something.
Adair would let out a couple of curses and raise his hands to the sky and say, "Thunderer!" Strike him down, and using the storm, I would like to call lightning.
Okay, I think if this is the case, God, this is going to be complicated, and we'll stretch into next week because this is going to be a hell of an occurrence. But I'd like you to please roll me initiative as the thunder, as this bolt of lightning cracks down and strikes this large and temporary token serpent.
Oh, Jesus. That's huge.
Oh, no, it's more than huge. This is officially gargantuan.
Okay.
It's just a tendril. All we saw was a tendril, okay? I'm going from the tendril.
That was the tail. That was the end of it. That was the other end of the snake. And meanwhile, below decks, I'm going to have to pull out my below decks map here for a moment.
Is it actually that big? 'Cause
Yes.
That's really big.
Yes. Yes, it is. And can you see the second boat now? Oh no, shit, that's the Kraken. I forgot I'd left the Kraken on here.
Oh,
That wasn't meant to be here.
This map is just so I don't forget the NPCs are here.
No, I borrowed this
Kraken and a giant sea serpent.
I borrowed this map from another campaign where I did have a Kraken.
Mothra.
I forgot to delete the Kraken.
You've released the Kraken.
She wants to kill us.
Smooth as butter. But yes, Torvald, Uno, and Davina are down below decks on this. There's not two boats, it's just the same boat twice.
And what are we seeing with her?
You're seeing this sort of smoky tendrils of darkness extending about 5 feet out around her in all directions. This aura of shifting, shadowy darkness. It seems to be almost forced from her by the fact that someone is trying to, well, force demonic energy out of her. A little bit of light exorcism in a store.
We're multitaskers here. Fight a
Yeah.
serpent and a demon.
Yeah. Well, never any challenge too great.
Do you want to tell me what that is?
Are you asking me or are you asking Davina?
Davina.
Okay, so we've got 9 for Eldest. And she looks at you with pure panic in her eyes and goes, I have no idea.
Do I think she's telling the truth?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Torvald is a 2 for initiative.
Oh,
I also have a 2.
wow. So, Adair, can you get us an initiative above 10?
My initiative is 10.
Okay, so
We need Crisara, who has advantage on initiative.
well, Crisara, you watch as she sort of draws. Essentially, I believe that's what Crisara would do. She draws her maul and starts to charge towards the sea serpent. As the sea serpent, unfortunately, actually can roll initiative, and as it rears up, this bolt of lightning strikes down upon it. Roll me the damage on that, please, Adair, because you got that.
It needs to do a dexterity saving throw with
It
a
failed.
DC
It failed.
15. Oh, okay.
It really failed.
Blow on the dice, everybody, so we can.
Also, this was a pre-existing storm, so don't forget your bonus damage.
I have taken care of all those. Believe me, I am. Ah, crap. Time to buy new D10s.
Willing to buy Channel Divinity from Torvald.
I'm gonna have to buy some new D10s. That is 20 lightning damage.
Okay, not bad. And as the crew either reach for weapons or start to back panickedly away, the serpent crashes down onto the deck of the boat. And down below in the hold, Torvald and, the walls just shake. You hear the timbers groan as this great weight, there's a crash as the mast itself topples down upon the deck. And as the timbers sort of groan and stretch.
Torvald, we may need you up here.
And
I can see that.
Yeah,
the shadows.
that should have been my punch. I just,
The shadows sort of shrink back in closer towards Davina, who looks at you and then says, in a voice that doesn't sound like her, shall we continue this afterwards? Truce?
I think we have bigger problems.
It's not like anyone's going anywhere.
And
We might be taking that head back though. Fair warning.
Into the water.
Yeah.
And yeah, as the timbers splinter and crash, and as whole leaks start to spring in this boat, I think as we are one member down, and as this is a fight for your lives, I think we might leave things off there for today. And then a bit of a cliffhanger.
Dun, dun.
And we'll pick up next week as can our heroes survive attack by the monstrous sea serpent, which I shall hopefully have a better token for by next week, because this one
is too monstrous.
To clarify, is it actually on the ship, or did it just like smack it?
Oh, it's on the ship.
The entire thing is on the ship.
The
No,
front
just
part of it.
A piece of
Essentially, the ship here, sea serpent went
Gotcha.
and essentially slammed its weight into the ship itself. It gets a bonus against objects. It's having a lovely day. But yes, will our heroes survive the attack on their ship? Will they make it to the castle of the Cloud Giants?
We will survive, maybe not on the ship, because we can breathe underwater.
I just want to know, do you regret not sending me away now?
No.
Okay, good. Just making sure, since I picked the fight, apparently.
Yeah, maybe he did. It was just going, oh, and what's on that boat?
Well, it obviously assumed the boat did the lightning. I mean, lightning just comes down from the sky. Why did it blame me?
Yes. It's possibly just a very angry sea monster already.
Watch
But,
it, she's controlling the storm.
But yeah, we will pick up next week, hopefully with the full party in tow, because I feel we need a more wielding barbarian for this.
Yep, the fire maul.
So join us next week for more Isfjell, continuing at this time slot, this place, and with our continuing to be, as we promised, as smooth as frozen butter. Good night.
Bye.